श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ओम सहनाववतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। So we were seeing the third shloka. In the third shloka, sarvakarma sannyasam krutva ityetat. So the essence of what he said is, in the third shloka is, asanga shastrena dridhaina chitva. Through the weapon called asanga, detachment. So it is not aversion, it is detachment. So with that detachment, that kind of weapon, meaning simply put, sannyasa, renunciation. Renunciation is not a physical thing. As I said earlier, renunciation here is not a physical thing, it's a psychological one. So we have to understand that we have to not be too attached to things. So he says, Tataha, next sloka. Tatah padam tat parimargitavyam. Tatah padam tat parimargitavyam. Tatah padam tat parimargitavyam. ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम्. ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम्. यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः. 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 ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम्. यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः. ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम्. यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः. तमेव च आद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये. तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये. तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये. तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये. यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी. यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी. यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी. तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये. यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी. तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये. यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी. ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम्. यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः. तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये. यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी. ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम्. यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः. तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये. यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी. ततः. Tatah means thereafter. Thereafter what? We'll understand that later. Here, thereafter. Padam tat parimargitavyam. Tat padam parimargitavyam. That state, padam means state. That state should be inquired into. Parimargitavyam means to be searched for. Margana means to search. Here it means inquiry. It should be inquired into. Which state are you talking about? Yaspin gataha, the state into which when people enter, nan nivartanti boyha, they don't come out. Normally in the world, when we say something like this, people will be too afraid. They will not be even desiring to enter. You go there, you will die. Who will desire to go there? So now Bhagavan says you will not come back. And we are very happy to learn more about it. So the going and coming, etc., is because of ignorance. That is established A. And if you come here, you have to go from here. If you go there, you have to go from there also. You have to come here. Meaning going here and there and there and here means it is transitory, means it is transmigratory, it means it is impermanent. So we are talking about he will not come back, means we are talking about eternity, not absence, eternal existence. Tameva cha adyam purusham prapadye. That absolute self, purusham, adyam purusham, that cause for everything, prapadye, aham prapadye, I surrender. I surrender to that absolute self. Yatah, why? Yataha pravrittihi prasurta prani, from which all this existence came into. All these manifestation came into existence. That eternal self. Purani tada purusham. Tataha. Tataha means tika. Gurum upasrutya. Thereafter means the first point is after gaining a guru. I see a lot of people, they just pick up books and they'll read left, right, center and think they are very smart and intelligent. They don't know anything. They discuss about it with others also. You know, this, that and all. It's all through ego. These discussions are all through ego because they are not ready to surrender to somebody. So, tataha ashwatthat urdham. Otherwise, tataha means thereafter. Thereafter, after what? Ashwatthat urdham. That ashwattha tree, the banyan tree of samsara which we are talking about, beyond that. Vyavasthitam tad. That exists. What exists there? Tad Vaishnavam Padam. In Upanishads, it is said that Vishnoho Paramam Padam. We give this example again and again. Vishnoho Paramam Padam. Vishnu's absolute state. Vishnu's absolute state. There is a sixth case. And we say this is Abhedi Sashti. There is no Vishnu and absolute state. There are no two things. It is like Rahu's head. Rahu is the mythological head portion of that snake. Head is Rahu, Rahu is head. Similarly, Vishnu is Paramapada and Paramapada is Vishnu. So, we tried Vaishnavam Padam, that Vishnu's state, absolute abode. Vedanta Vakya Vicharena, Parimargitavyam. Through the inquiry into the Vedantic statement, which you have gained after approaching the Guru, you should not talk with your Guru about the worldly things. You have to learn from him about the Vedantic truth. And that truth you have to inquire into. Parimargitavyam. But why do you give it that meaning? Parimargitavyam. You have to search. So he says, no, Margitavyam, Anveshtavyam. Margitavyam means you have to search, means you have to inquire into. Why did you give this twist to it? This type of meaning to it? So he says, so Anveshtavyaha Savijiknyasitavya iti Shruti. The Shruti says it should be inquired into, it should be known. That should, the desire for knowing that should be there, cultivated, etc. The Shruti says. Tat padam shravanadina jnatavyam. Simply put, this is the idea. Just that absolute state should be understood through hearing, etc., listening, etc. You have to study the Shastra properly from the Guru and inquire into that. Kim tat padam? What is that absolute state you are talking about? Why? Yasmin pade, why you have this desire to know? Yasmin pade gataha pravishtaha jnanena nani vartanti na vartante boyaha punaha samsaraya. Entering which state? Yasmin pade gataha, entering which state? Pravishtaha, after entering into it. Entering into it means not physically. Jnanena. Immediately he says, they enter into it not physically but through the knowledge. After entering into it, na nivartanti, na avartante. They don't come back. They are not reborn in the samsara. They don't come back into the samsara. So that is why I am interested in. Katham tat parimargitavyam ityaha. Okay, what is that pada? That is established. How should I inquire into? That is said here. Yaha padashabdena uktaha tam evacha adyam ado bhavam purusham yenedam sarvam purnam tam purushu va shayanam prapatye sharanam mano sharanam gato asmiti evam tad eka sharanataya tad anveshtavyam ityartha. Yaha padashabdena uktaha, that which is said in the with the word pada, that absolute state which is said with the word pada, referred to with the word pada, tameva cha adyam, ado bhavam. That adya is ado bhava adya, bhavarte yat pratyaya. So adi plus yat adya. Okay, so adya plus adi ado ada plus yat adya. So purusham enedam. So that purusha, why you call it purusha? Enedam sarvam purnam. Tam purishu purushu va shayanam. One by whom everything is pervaded, or one who is pervading this puri, this body. So that purusham, one who is asleep in this, in this, in this body sense organ complex. Tam purshu vashayanam prapadye. That stay, that one who is who has entered, who is asleep, who is residing in this body, sense organ complex, that I surrender to. Prapadye shai. Prapadye means sharanam gato asmi. I surrender to. People surrender to this and that and that and this without understanding. Surrender does not happen again and again. If you surrender, it's once for all. You surrender over. So, iti evam tadeka sharanataya tadanveshtavyam. This is how you inquire into. The question is, how do I inquire? You have to inquire into it by surrendering completely to that one thing. Tam kam purusham yatah yasmat purushat pravrittir mayamaya samsara vriksha pravritti. That Purusha, which is that Purusha you are talking about? That Purusha from whom the samsara tree, the tree of samsara, which is illusory, came into existence. Purani, Chirantani, Anadi. And that samsara tree is eternal as though. Okay? Prasrita, Nisrita, Aindrajalikadiva. It manifested. Manifested means that it has existence, right? No. Like the magician's Hastyadi, the magician's magical elephant, etc. It came into existence. Tam Purusham Prapadya Ityanvaya. That's Purusha, which is the cause for illusory, for all this illusion. That Purusha, that substratum, I surrender to. Parimargana Purvakam Vaishnavam Padam Gachata angantarani aha. This, through enquiry, the one who enters into this, one who desires to enter into this absolute self, for him these are other requisites. Angantarani means the other limbs, means these are other requisites. He needs to have these. We already said without those 20, we cannot even desire for moksha. Here he is giving it in a different, explaining it in a different way. Nirmana moha, jita sanga dosha sha. Nirmana moha, jita sanga dosha. Nirmana moha, jita sanga dosha. Nirmana moha, jita sanga dosha. Adhyatmanitya vinivritta kamaha. Adhyatmitya vinivritta kamaha. Adhyatmanitya vinivritta kamaha. Adhyatmanitya vinivritta kamaha. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha. Adhyatmanitya vinivritta kamaha. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha. Adhyatmanitya vinivritta kamaha. Next. Dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha sanyaihi. 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 Next is, be careful about this. Gachanti amudhaha, not gachanti mudaha. People idiotically, stupidly pronounce this as gachanti mudaha. Gachantyamudha padam avyayam tat. Gachantyamudha padam avyayam tat. Gachantyamudha padam avyayam tat. Dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha sanyaihi. Gachantyamudha padam avyayam tat. Dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha sanyaihi. Gachantyamudha padam avyayam tat. Chant. Nirmana moha jita sanga doshaha. Adhyatmanitya vinivritta kamaha. Dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha sanyaihi. Gachantyamudha padam avyayam tat. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha. Adhyatmanitya vinivritta kamaha. Dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha sanyaihi. Gachantyamudha padam avyayam tat. Nirmana moha. Mana moha. Mana means ego, identification. Moha means delusion. Nir, devoid of. Devoid of, one who is devoid of ego and delusion. Jita sanga doshaha, one who has conquered the defects of attachments, associations. Adhyatma nitya, one who is always into this inquiry into the self. Binivritta kamaha, he has not just said nivritta kamaha, binivritta kama, visheshena nivritta kamaha, for whom the desire, the attachment has completely gone without leaving any residue. Dvandvair mukta sukha dukkha sanyaihi. Sanyaihi, sanya, name. That which is named Sukha and Dukkha, those kind of duality, from those kind of duality of happiness and sorrow, he is absolutely free from. Meaning, anything which you say as happy or sorrow is because of the duality of the world. Cold, heat. Cold gives a good feeling, cold gives a bad feeling. Heat gives a good feeling, heat gives a bad feeling. Both. In winter, heat is good. In summer, cold is good. Same time, in winter, cold is bad. In summer, heat is bad. We see that. So that produces the good produces happiness, the bad produces sorrow. So he says he is devoid of, he is relieved from all these duality of heat and cold, etc. Gachanti amudhaha. That kind of amudhaha, those people who are not deluded, who have the knowledge, they go there where padam avyam tat padam avyam, that absolute state, they go there, they gain that. Manaha ahankaraha. Tika. Manaha ahankaraha. Mana means ahankara, garva, ego. Moha tu avyekaha, viparyova. Moha means ignorance or wrong knowledge. Both can be called as moha, delusion. Tabhyam nishkrantaha nirmana mohaha. One who has gone beyond that is a nirmana moha. Tau nirgato yebhyasteva, or from whom these ego under this delusion has gone away. One who is relieved from these. Tatha, similarly, ahankara avivekabhyam rahita iti yavat. Simply put, this is the meaning. One who is devoid of ego and ignorance. Jitasanga doshaha. Priya priya sannidho api ragadvesha varjita iti yavat. One who has conquered the defects of attachment, meaning one who is free from the objects of desire and hatred. Even if the objects of desire and hatred exist, he is not disturbed. That is the idea. He does not have attachment or aversion to it. Adhyatmanityaha. Adhyatmanityaha means Paramatma Swarupa Alochana Tatparaha, one who is always involved in the inquiry of the self. Binivruta Kamaha Visheshataha. Niravaseshena Nivruttaha Kamaha Vishebhogaha. Esham. So, Vinivruta Kamaha means Visheshataha, in a special way. In a special way means Niravasheshena, without leaving any residue. Nivruttaha Kamaha, from whom the desires, the attachments have gone away. Vishayabhogaha, kama, desires means attachments, means to the sense objects. The sense objects have left him without troubling him. Te viveka vairagya dwara, those people with the dispassion and with the clear intellect, viveka, discrimination, what happened? Tyakta sarva karmanaha. They give up all the attachment to the karmas. That is the idea. Giving up attachment to the karmas is the foremost thing. Dvandvaihi shetoshna kshut pipasadibihi sukha dukkha sanyaihi. Duality means heat, cold, hunger, thirst, etc. From this, which are named as happiness, sorrow, etc. Why? Sukha dukkha hetutva, because they are the cause for happiness and sorrow. Therefore, sukha dukkha namakehi. They are called as sukha and dukkha. They are referred to as sukha and dukkha. Sukha dukkha sangaihi iti pathantre. In another reading where it is said as sukha dukkha sangaihi, the association with sukha and dukkha. Sukha dukkha abhyam sangaha sambandho yesham taihi sukha dukkha sangaihi dvandvaihi vinuktaha. Those who have this attachment from the attachment of happiness and sorrow, from these dualities, one who is relieved. That is the meaning in the other way. Parityaktaha, one who has given up. One who is relieved means one who has given up. Amudhaha, Vedanta Pramana Sanjata, Samyak Jnana, Vinivarita Atmajnanaha. Listen to that. Amudaha. They are people who are not mudaha, idiots. Who are intelligent, who are knowledgeable. What does that mean? Vedanta Pramana Sanjata. That which manifests, that which is born out of, that which is nicely born out of the Vedanta statements, Vedanta Pramanas. Samyak Jnana, the right knowledge which is gained through the means of right knowledge, Vedanta. Nivarita Atma Ajnana, one who has gotten rid of the ignorance, one who has gotten rid of the ignorance through the right knowledge gained through the means of right knowledge, which is Vedanta. Okay, so that is the idea. Tad avyayam yathoktam padam gachanti. Those people who have gained the right knowledge through the Vedantic statement, they will go to that absolute state. That is the idea. Tadeva gantavyam padam vishnashti. That state which you need to gain, that is explained here. Natat bhasayate suryah. Natad bhasayate suryah. Natat bhasayate suryah. Natat bhasayate suryah. Natat bhasayate suryah. Na shashanko na pavakah. Na shashanko na pavakah. Na shashanko na pavakah. Na shashanko na pavakah. Na tat bhasayate suryah. Na shashanko na pavakah. Na tat bhasayate suryah. Na shashanko na pavakah. Yat gatva na nivartante. Yat gatva na nivartante. Yat gatva na nivartante. Tadhama paramam mama. Tadhama paramam mama. Yat gatva na nivartante. Tadhama paramam mama. Okay, chant from beginning. Na tat bhasayate suryah. Na shashanko na pavakah. Yat gatva na nivartante. Tadhama paramam mama. Once more. Na tat bhasayate suryah. Na shashanko na pavakah. Yat gatva na nivartante. Tadhama paramam mama. So he says, na tat bhasayate suryah. Na tat bhasayate suryah. That sun does not illuminate. Bhasayate means illumination. It does not illuminate. Tad means that absolute. That sun does not illumine that absolute self. Okay. If not sun, moon. Na shashanka. Shashanka means moon. Not the moon. Okay. If there is no sun or moon, no moon, we use a fire. So, to illuminate things. So, na pavakaha. Pui pavani is the root word. That is that which is always pure. That which purifies. So, na pavakaha. That fire also does not illuminate. So, the sun does not illuminate, the moon does not illuminate, the fire does not illuminate. Then, yad gatva na nivartante, going which, gaining which, reaching which, they don't come back. Tadhama paramamama, that is my absolute abode, that is my absolute state. Yad vaishnavam padam gatva, yoginah na nivartante. Gaining which absolute state of Vishnu, the yogis don't revert back, they don't come back to the samsara. Tat padam, सर्व अभासन शक्तिमान अपि सूर्यो न भास्यते. That absolute state which is that which is the absolute state, that even though the sun has the ability to illumine everything in the world, cannot illumine that absolute state. सूर्यास्तमे अपि चंद्रो भासको दृष्टः इत्याशंक्य. Okay, when the sun settles, when the sun in the dawn, in the dusk, when the sun settles, moon rises. So moon can illuminate. If you say na shashankah, the moon also does not illuminate. Surya chandramasor ubayoh api astamaye. When the sun and the moon, both of them go down. When there is sunset or the moon sets, then what happens? Agni, when there is no moon, and that is the situation, the new moon day, or in the new moon day, it is completely dark and there is no sun. That point of time, Agnihi prakashavo drishtaka ityashankya. We see the fire as the illuminer. For that he says, na pavaka, the fire also cannot illuminate. भासयते इति उभयत्रापि अनुषंगः अनुषंजते. The भासयते, you have to add this to the all these words. The sun does not illuminate, the moon does not illuminate, the fire does not illuminate. That's the idea. Kutah? Why? Suryadinam tatra prakashana asamarthyam ityatah. Why does the sun etc. don't illuminate? They don't have the capability to illuminate. Why? For that he says, Tadhama Jyotihi Swayam Prakasham Adityadi Sakala Jada Jyotir Avabhasakam Paramam Prakrishtam Mama Vishnoho Surupatmakam Padam. Tadhama, that illumination, which is self-effulgent. The sun, etc., are illumined because of which self-effulgent. The sun, etc., have the borrowed effulgence. From whom it has borrowed the effulgence. Tat paramam prakrishtam, that absolute. Mama Vishnu Surupatmakam, that absolute is my abode. Me, Vishnu, is my abode, is my inherent nature. Abode here is my inherent nature. Nahi yo yad bhasyah sa swabhasakam tam bhasitum ishte. Which is illumined by something else, cannot illumine the illuminer. You understand? The sun illumines the lamp. The lamp does not illumine the sun. The sun illumines the lamp or anything in the world. They are inert. So the sun illumines them. The inert object does not illumine the sun. Similarly, this sun is inert with respect to the self, because the sun gets the illumination because of the effulgence of the self. That sun cannot illumine back the self. Tatha cha Shruti. This is what the Shruti also says. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandratarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kuto imagnihi tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamitam vibhati. This is a mantra from Shvetashadra Upanishad, which is chanted while when we do the Deeparadhana, when we show the camphor light to the puja, whatever murti we do puja of. So he says, na tatra surya bhati, the sun does not illumine there. Na chandratarakam, the moon or the stars, they don't illumine that absolute. Na ima vidyutah, this bright lightning does not illuminate. Kutoyam agnihi bhanti. How can this, when all these cannot illumine that, how can this small camphor lamp, this light from the camphor, illuminate? Why? Why it does not illuminate? Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. Because of its effulgence, all of them gain a borrowed existence, borrowed effulgence. Sarvam tasya bhasa sarvam idam bhati. Because of its effulgence, everything is illumined. Iti. Etena tatpadam vedyam nava. Adye veda bhinna vedtratva sapekshatvena dvaita apattihi dvitiye tu apurusharthatvam apattihi iti apastam. So now there is a doubt here. Etena, with this tatpadam vedyam nava, that absolute abode which you are talking about, is it something which needs to be cognized or not, which should be understood or not, which should be perceived or not? Should be perceived, definitely. That is the only thing which needs to be perceived, right? So if you say that, then there is a perceiver and the perceived duality. No, it should not be perceived. Then why are you studying Shastra? There is no Purushartha. There is no human pursuit here. Only Dharma, Artha, Kama are the human pursuits. There is no Moksha. Because it cannot be perceived. It need not be perceived. So, Avedyatve Sati, for that we say that also is negated with this. Why? Because we have a definition, beautiful definition for the Brahman. What is that? Avedyatve Sati Swayam Aparokshatvat. We say Avedyatve Sati Aparoksha Vivahara Yogyatvam. That is the definition we normally give in other places. That is given in a crisp way. Avedyatve Sati Api Satyapi Swayam Aparokshatvat. Though it is not objectified, it is self-existent. It is it is immediate knowledge. It is always immediate. Though it is not an object of knowledge, it is always immediate. So is immediately known. That's the idea. Tatra avedyatvam suryadi abhasyatva troktam. See, it cannot be objectified. Why? Because the sun, etc., cannot be illuminated, cannot illuminate. That is said. Now, the second part, which is it is immediate knowledge. It is of the inherent nature of immediate existence. So that is said, the immediate knowledge or immediate existence. That is said, sarva bhasakatvena tu swayam aparokshatam. Because it is illuminating everything, therefore it is self-effulgent. Yadadityagatam teja ityatra vakshati. That will be explained in the 12th shloka. Yadadityagatam tejo jagatbhasiyate kilam yatchandramasi yatchagnau yattejo vidhimamakam. With that shloka, it will be explained. एवं उभाभ्याम श्लोकाभ्याम श्रुतेः दलद्वयं व्याख्यातमिति द्रष्टव्यम. This, there are two portions in the Shruti and there are two portions in the definition. One is it is not objectified. That is explained in this shloka. Second is it is of the inherent nature of immediate experience. That is explained in the 12th shloka. So these both are taken care of here. We will see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति.